Lucifer, Star, Nude, Satania, Lucifer, Star, Nude.
God! We gotta do the podcast.
Oh. Okay.
Where's Lucas?
Hey!
Michael, we've got the podcast. The podcast?
Wow, what a crazy intro that was.
Yeah.
Haha, totally wasn't recorded after this, so we have no idea what it's going to look like at all, right, guys?
Right.
Woo.
I thoroughly enjoyed that sequence.
Michael, remember when you did that thing? Ooh,
No,
that
I
was
forgot
funny.
what happened.
Oh, I don't you know, he kind of did a thing.
Oh,
It was-
yeah, that thing.
It was well-timed and well edited.
It was well edited. I don't
we
say
all-
it was well timed.
We all came together
Yeah.
and like through activities.
Woo. Quietly takes down notes for future recording of that. Well, we'll see how it goes.
And there's an alligator.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie
joined.
Sheen was flying hookers
Man.
in and out of that production the whole
It was
time.
crazy, dude. Like, we didn't have purple M&Ms. It was fantastic.
There are
Everyone
purple
loved that.
M&Ms?
We didn't have them
But I didn't know those
because
even
we're
existed.
divas. Aren't they the pretzel M&Ms? Aren't purple M&Ms pretzel M&Ms?
They have another one?
Yeah, they're pretzel M&Ms.
I don't know if they're all, like, I know they have purple during Halloween. I don't know if it's only pretzel M&Ms though.
Oh.
Pretzel M&Ms.
Well, never mind. What was the color that band that was Total Divas didn't like for their M&Ms? Was it red? I think it might have been red M&Ms. They didn't
What
like.
band?
It was it wasn't AC/DC, but it was one of those like 80s bands. And basically everyone thought that they were huge divas and tools about it, and that's why they wouldn't accept this certain color M&Ms. But basically the reason that they did it was to test whether or not the venue was actually like reading the contracts and everything like that. Because if they had like those types of M&Ms, and they know that like there was probably other stuff that was wrong, so then they could check it out and see if, you know, like there was other things that weren't up to their specifications. But if they had the M&Ms, then they knew, hey, look, these guys are on top of the ball. We don't even have to worry about it.
Oh, and that kind of snowballed into the, that got into the cultural zeitgeist, and that kind of snowballed into the
Yep.
cliche joke now that,
Yep.
okay.
That all rock and roll members are all super like diva and lame, but really it was functional. So, fun fact of the day.
Did not know that.
That might not have been all that fun, but hey, it was a fact.
That is true.
There's a thing, and I don't even know what band it is, so I seem less knowledgeable.
I haven't,
Quietly takes down notes to look up what band it was and record over it later in post.
It's part of a fact.
Yeah, it's
I have
half
a
fact.
darker fun fact I just learned if we have time for it.
Absolutely, we have time.
The founder of Bumble was supposedly...
Wait, do we need to explain Bumble?
I don't know.
I don't
what it
know.
is.
Okay, so Bumble is the guy's social media app where the guy creates a profile and the women have to approach the guy. So it's like a Sadie Hawkins dance, but it's an app.
Gotcha.
Oh, so it's like Tinder.
It's like Tinder, but Sadie Hawkins
okay.
style.
That ties into the fact.
Oh, God.
The founder of Bumble, who was formerly one of the co-founders of Tinder, was sexually assaulted by one of the other co-founders of Tinder.
Oh.
Thus, Bumble was born.
Jeez. And also Bumble's like still not even comparable to Tinder, so it's like super
It's
sad.
gaining ground, I think.
It is, but like it's not even close to like that its percentage of the market share, so it's like sad on top of sad.
I mean, you said it was a dude that got sexually assaulted, right?
No, it was a chick.
Oh, you said the guy.
The other co-founder of Tinder
Okay.
assaulted this woman who,
Lord.
after settling a lawsuit, went on to found Bumble.
Wow.
Fair play.
I have to say, when you said Bumble, it made me think of the Abominable Snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. If you guys thought about
yeah.
that?
Yeah, it made me think of
Is that
like
the
someone
same?
like stumbling
Yeah.
down the stairs, like just like bumbling around.
Oh, okay.
It made me think of the Bee Movie, so we're all
Yes.
crazy.
I definitely thought of B-movie. Isn't it weird how those things work?
What? So, do people in our generation like or hate that movie?
Oh, hate
now?
it.
I'm
I
not-
watched it once. I don't
Oh, people
remember
hate it. That's why the
I've
memes are
never
made.
seen it.
Memes are totally. Have you seen the memes on YouTube at least?
Oh, I know the
Yeah.
memes.
Classic memes. B movie, but every time they say B, the movie gets faster, and
Yeah.
it ends up being like, 5 minutes of like pretty normal speed, and then it just gets off the rails immediately, and it's like the rest of the movie in 3 seconds.
That's Jerry Seinfeld, right? That's like
Yeah.
the one time he tried to do.
Jerry Seinfeld tried to make an animated movie.
Animated kids movie.
I mean, Woody Allen did the same thing with
With Ants.
Ants,
Yeah.
yeah. So
That was Woody Allen.
That was
Yeah.
Woody Allen,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
something about comedians that are kind of getting towards the end of their rope, making
They're like, let's make an
kids
animated movie.
Yeah. I mean, I remember there was a commercial for the Bee Movie that was live action, and Jerry Seinfeld was dressed up in this huge bumblebee costume, and they were like swinging him from all these ropes and everything, and then like the director literally throws everything in the air and just goes, "Screw it, we'll make it animated." And it's just,
I kind of like that.
yeah, and everyone's just like, "We're making it animated. We're making it animated." Everyone clears out, and Jerry Seinfeld's still like swinging in his costume, just like, guys. So that was a pretty good like commercial, I remember, but I don't think the movie was particularly great.
I can't wait for Kevin Hart's like. I assume it's going to be
no.
some other sort of small insect, like Kevin
Yeah.
Hart's a spider.
And
or
it's like the
something.
Boondock style. Like,
Oh.
it's totally appropriated into black culture.
Oh.
Like that'd be amazing.
I think that genre of YouTube video now that's getting popular, the blank movie, but every time they say or do blank, it's sped up. That is going to reach terminal mass so quickly.
Oh, it's already starting to.
Every time one of those
Terminal
videos
velocity.
appears, like it actually like the rate of them appearing speeds up a little bit.
You mean
and then-
terminal velocity?
No, I mean the popularity of it. It's going to be popular for maybe a month and then just dead.
Yeah, it's been
Nobody
popular for
makes
like 2
videos.
weeks now, so it's gonna be dead.
Wait,
pretty
wait.
quick
You know, like Will Smith made Shark Tale. You know, that's
Yeah.
an animated movie that he was in. His career did not die after that. He was not reaching the end of his rope.
here.
Was it a
Say
bad?
that?
It was a very bad.
What is Will
movie.
I
Smith-
know, but like, yeah, Will Smith's
What-
definitely taken a downturn.
What has he
since
done that
I'd
is
say.
better than the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
What?
3 words: Wild Wild West.
Maybe Men in Black. I will
love
give
that
you
way
Men in
pattern.
Black
It's
and
great.
Pursuit of Happiness. But other than those two
I Am
two
Legend was
properties,
pretty good.
I Am Legend was good. I liked it, but
I liked it.
come on, like, yeah,
Should've gone with
Pursuit
the
of
original
Happiness,
ending.
like 7 pounds. Like he was in.
I
some
never saw 7
really,
pounds.
Really good stuff pre-Shark Tale.
Was that
Was 7
Shark
pounds
Tale?
pre? I don't think
I'm
it was.
pretty sure that was post
7
Shark Tale.
pounds?
I think
I'm
Shark
pretty
Tale
sure
was
Pursu-
2004.
I thought it was 2006.
I'm pretty sure Pursuit of Happiness is post Shark Tale.
Yeah, I think that's
Well,
2005.
this requires a lot of googling. Otherwise, we're all just
And
talking
here
on
we
our
wait.
ass. Well, no, you guys can keep up the
and
conversation.
now Will
What
Smith's
about
going
Will
to be in a
Smith?
movie whose title I don't remember, where it's just
Collateral
Beauty.
Beauty.
Yeah, that's the one that's coming
it
out where he
looks
like
really
talks to like
weird.
Yeah.
incarnate
Shark Tale
things like death
2004.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Uh,
Who's co-starring in that with him?
everyone.
Yeah, everyone. Anna Kendrick, or not? What's not Anna Kendrick? Keira Knightley. Why did I say Anna Kendrick? I know Keira Knightley's in it.
Is it Glenn Close that's going to be in it?
Maybe.
The old white woman.
Isn't Ed Norton? I think
Yeah,
Ed
those are
Norton
both
is.
after Shark Tale. You're
Yeah, dude, I
correct.
told you.
Damn.
Like,
Huh.
Will
I did
Smith
too.
is Will Smith is
Don't take all
apparently
the
not
credit.
dead. But I mean, Will
I
Smith.
mean,
Will
he's
Smith's
not
That's-
alive.
that's still a
per
while.
se.
Okay.
Will Smith's also a movie actor, whereas like Seinfeld, I guess Alan did do movies, but he did different movies than Will Smith. You know?
Woody Allen?
Yeah.
You didn't do any movies?
No, he did a ton of movies.
Oh,
what
I
I'm
was gonna
saying, but
say,
like
yeah.
his movies were him. Like he was an auteur, he was a director.
Yeah.
Like, whereas
And he
Will
acted
Smith's
and
just
stuff.
kind of like an actor, and he did a lot of different types of movies, not necessarily comedy. And then Jerry Seinfeld's like straight TV, so like, there's a give and take there. I don't know. He might be a little different. And he was super young when he did it, so he wasn't quite washed up yet.
That's fair.
So, classic Wild Will Smith. That's your Will Smith talk of the week here. We haven't even mentioned yet because we've gotten off topic again like last episode, but yeah, this is our season finale of the year. That's why we had our little special intro. Hey, we made it through 10 episodes. Woo! That's gonna mess
Sorry,
up the
you
clap
mixing
sync.
this
Oh,
later.
yeah, but no, basically, we just want to do something a little special with that intro, and I think we've learned a lot about ourselves, about podcasting, about how to love, how to feel.
No, not those
Well,
things.
not those things for Michael.
I
but
learned those things.
I learned those things. So.
I was kidding. I did. Too.
Michael hasn't been involved in enough podcasts. Once you reach a critical mass of 5 podcasts, that's when you learn how to love and how to feel.
You're
So,
still in
I've
your
never reached a critical
probationary
mass
period.
again.
yeah, you need one more podcast, and this show might be canceled. So you might never reach that.
Our corporate overlords.
The
might not renew
executives
us.
are looking not favorable.
Which, yeah, no, we gotta get into extortion territory here.
Absolutely.
What number of likes does this video have to get to for us to do a season 2?
4 million likes for 2 seasons and a movie. The hilariously terrible podcast movie.
It's just an hour and a half of us sitting here instead
Just-
of a
it's a
normal
normal
hour.
So a
podcast.
half hour longer than
Yeah,
usual.
just slightly longer.
Yeah, maybe we get like a nice set because they probably give us a budget to work with.
We could play a board game.
VHS board game. Those are all the craze on YouTube right
VHS.
now.
What?
Yeah, a VHS board game.
What's a VHS board game?
exactly
Pretty
what it sounds like.
self-explanatory.
I mean, like, how do you play
You
a
put
board
in a
game?
VHS that people talk to while you play a board game.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that Community episode?
No.
No, they do that.
No, he's not with it, man.
Lucas, get us back on track. Get us to the topic.
Okay, so I already had the Tinder Bumble thing.
Well, that was a topic? Wow, that was nicely integrated.
Yeah.
Not even a hard
getting-
break.
Well, episode 10, we're getting good at this.
No, I mean, literally, if that camera wouldn't turn off, like didn't have to turn off every 10 minutes, I think we would be killing it. And so maybe we should think about alternate solutions next season for filming without a limit like that.
Oh, definitely.
Very possible.
Super down for that. Next topic question, though. Getting
I notice
super
you're on
nerdy.
2 out of 2. I won't,
Not in here.
I won't
Start
lean on you
thinking.
as heavy. All right. What you got?
Getting super nerdy left field over here. What fictional world would you want to live in?
This kind of ties into Andrew's a little bit, but we'll leave it for a separate topic. Fictional world that I want to live in. I don't know. Why don't other people go first?
Can we create our own world, or does it have to be like one that's like in like a well-known
Existing
movie?
IP.
Existing?
How fictional? Can it be like just basically reality?
It's real world, but with jetpacks.
Inception.
I mean, yeah, like what if I did Grand Theft Auto 5 and it was just
I mean,
It's just Los
that,
Angeles.
that is a completely different universe, though, because the laws of like the real world don't apply.
do they not?
Are
You
you
can
a,
mow down hundreds of people and then just like wake up whenever you die.
hold up. Are you just
Sounds
a
good.
guy in Grand Theft Auto universe, or are you the protagonist
No,
in
I'd
Grand
just be a guy, right? Just a random guy.
Oh, well,
You're
that
just-
sounds awful.
Why?
You just be walking down the street, and some dude
What
on
are
a
the
Lambo
odds?
just runs you down.
What are the odds?
What are the benefits of living in that world?
Los
though?
Santos, it's just this. I have to choose another location, so like, I don't know.
Los
My
Santos.
life's pretty great.
I feel like Los Santos, if it was a real city, would be the most dangerous city on earth.
It's not that bad.
It is essentially a war zone.
Jeez.
The bridges are always down too.
What? I don't know what that means.
Like
In Grand Theft Auto games, that's how they keep you from getting
That's
to parts of
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, Grand
Or
Theft Auto
no,
5's
4,
on,
I mean.
on an
okay.
island.
You mean Grand Theft Auto 4?
No, 5's on an island too.
Is it on an island?
Yeah. It's completely an island.
Oh yeah, it is
You
an
not know
island.
that?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
One
I was
huge
like,
island.
picturing the map that came
Yeah.
with the game.
Map's just one big island, even though it's Los Angeles, which is not an island. But
So are you going with Grand Theft Auto?
I don't know. I just wanted something that's like this, and I feel like that.
but there's so much room for improvement. You could pick like an awesome world.
Oh yeah, Michael. What's
Yeah,
yours?
Star Trek world.
Not even Star Wars.
No, Star Trek.
Oh.
It's like a utopia. I don't know.
Defend it.
What's wrong with that? Like, you know.
Are you a
I-
protagonist?
There's no Jedis in Star Trek.
Okay, that's a
wrong
con, I
with it.
guess. But like, you get to live in this utopian world where like everyone's just getting along and stuff. I don't know. It's
Are
like
they
a
just
giant
getting
feder-
along? I thought there was
There's a lot of conflict.
Isn't
in
there
that
a
show.
But what,
war
like, I'm
in the
s-
background?
Well, like, it depends on like what incarnation you're talking about. But, like,
What incarnation are you talking about?
I'm talking like next
well,
generation
Next
Star
generation.
Trek.
Oh, you're going with Picard.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
And like, you know, you have the Federation going on. I'm sure you have your conflict with the Romulans and stuff. But like, I don't know. By and large, humanity's doing pretty well, and like, you have some pretty awesome technology, and like, I don't know, physics is cool. Like, you get to
Space.
You get to go exactly. I don't know. Like,
Yours fell apart the same way mine did, I feel. It's like, I had to come up with the first one, so I was just like, I'll go very close to this. And then yours was like, in a different way wrong. As in, too nerdy, I guess.
They're all okay. Like no matter whatever we say, someone has to.
We're
pick
gonna
it
rip
apart.
up. We're gonna rip apart every single person's answer. I'm gonna come up with a better one, and you guys gotta try to rip it apart. Damn it.
Lucas, you go.
I'm just gonna keep escalating the nerd here. Dragon Ball universe.
I don't know anything about
Yeah, I
Dragon
don't know
Ball.
anything
Universe.
about
Wait.
it.
Like in these universes, are we just like normal people, or are we like protagonists?
Yeah, do you take on the like
Just
qualities
normal
of the people,
people.
there?
I think. You're you,
Yeah, okay.
but in
Oh,
this
so
universe.
he would just be like a red shirt on.
I don't even have to be on a starship. I
Oh,
could
so
just be living on Earth, and it's just like an
Oh, you
advanced
just-
society.
you just know
Most
that
people
there's
aren't on the
stuff going
ships.
on.
Yeah.
But like, so are you a normal person in that universe, or are you transplanted into that universe? Because if you were a normal Dragon Ball Z character, you'd be like, "Oh, this is very bad for me," like total anime style. Like,
No, I'm me in that universe.
Wouldn't you get
You'd
sick
I
of
don't
those
know.
people?
you'd stick out like a sore thumb. You'd be just
You just be like sarcastic,
Ostracized.
just like do gym looks all the time with the camera. It's like,
isn't that crazy?
I don't know. I just think it'd be wicked fun to live in a world where anything can be like shrunk down to a capsule.
Can you be shrunk down to a capsule?
I don't think they ever do people.
So there you go. Lame.
stupid.
Just bang the gavel. Lame.
They have flying cars and shit too.
We have those in
They
Star
have,
Trek.
I think they have flying cars.
Well,
I have flying cars.
you want vacation in
Planes.
each other's fictional world sometime?
I have flying cars. They're just planes.
Wait a second. Okay, that's not a
Andrew,
valid
what's the
critique.
difference? Wait, hold up. What's the difference between flying cars and planes?
You can't just take off from a street and a
They're
plane.
not-
Well,
they're not-
When did they say that you can take off from the street in a
They're
flying
not.
car?
They're not easily accessible.
They don't say that you
It's
can take off
implied
from
with
the
the fly-
street in a flying car.
in the future, when people are driving flying cars, they don't go to the local airfield and just like do a little like loop de loop and
How
then
do you know
come
they
back
even
up.
have streets? You don't even know that's a thing.
What kind of, are we talking about like Jetsons style? Or,
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you're just talking about two cars that are like in the air, like crossing, going past each other.
Also, planes can't just stop midair. Like you have to like fly
flying
cars. I think so.
I'm
the
like,
Jetsons
you're a
are
physics
actually-
major. How's that possible?
Just have a giant quadcopter like a drone.
What if I get a helicopter? I got helicopters in my world. Are those flying cars, Michael?
They're pretty close.
Andrew, keep the
Victory.
disappointment going.
Oh my
what
god.
do you got?
Okay, so I'm trying really hard to like.
Oh, you can't.
I'm trying
Don't try.
I'm trying really hard to like not get picked apart.
That's not possible.
Because if we're just normal people in these universes, then like these cool universes like Game
just
of
lame
Thrones.
They lose their meaning.
Yeah,
Just a
because
random
if I'm a
person.
normal person in Game of Thrones world in Westeros, I
Oh,
just
why would you go to Game of Thrones? That's a sucky ass.
I die in the winter, or like I get killed by like a roaming band of bandits. You know, if this is Westworld, then I'm just some like host that gets murdered and restarted every day.
Yeah.
If this is Star Wars, I'm just some alien that probably gets blown up on Alderaan.
Yep. So what are you?
I don't know.
What's your universe? You
Uh,
can't cop out. You
like,
forced Lucas to go.
Skyrim is pretty cool. I feel like in Skyrim, everyone.
Kind of just a certain
There's a lot of racism in Skyrim.
Yeah, see,
Oh
like Game
my
of
God.
Thrones. Well,
What's the difference?
but in Skyrim, everyone has the potential to be like. It seems like everyone is involved in these quests. You find almost anyone in that world, and they're somehow involved in like something cool that's going to happen.
what about like the guards?
They
They're
die all
just
the
there.
time.
No, they still get the
They have
fight.
one line of dialogue.
They're like, oh shit, it's the Dragonborn. I get to see him take down a dragon. That's
or
pretty
they're like,
awesome.
my knee.
Oh, I hear they're reforming the Dawn Guard.
I heard they're reforming the Dawn God. Like, it's the same lines. It's canned. They don't have any personality.
That's you now.
That's lame as shit. And plus, Skyrim equals Game of Thrones universe. Like, let's not kid ourselves
Yeah,
here.
it's pretty close.
What's the difference?
It's
Like,
pretty close.
literally, Bethesda was approached by the Game of Thrones creators to make a video game based on it, and they're like, we'll make Skyrim instead.
Ooh,
They did
you
that.
might want to look at a calendar on that one.
That's
but okay.
real.
Really?
Yeah, that happened before Skyrim.
What
the
did?
original
The
like,
Game of Thrones creators
Skyrim, okay.
approached Bethesda and asked them to create a Game of Thrones video game between Oblivion and Skyrim. They approached them to do this, and Bethesda opted instead to create their own universe or continue their own universe with Skyrim instead of
Well, I mean,
picking up the Game of Thrones.
oh, I was gonna say
Alright.
like I thought the Game of Thrones Telltale game was Bethesda, but it's a
No.
Telltale game.
Yeah, it's Telltale, and it's a completely different direction than what they were going to do with Bethesda. Bethesda was going to be like Skyrim, but Game of Thrones universe, which
Okay.
would have been awesome.
Oh, kind of like the Shadow of Mordor game, right? Essentially
Yeah,
that, but in the
but probably
Game of
better.
Thrones.
Inherently.
To be fair, like they're both pretty big universes and everything like that, but you know,
Tolkien or J.R. or Martin.
I honestly couldn't tell you which one I prefer, but I do feel like Game of Thrones could translate into a really cool video game,
It
whereas
could.
Lord of the Rings would basically just be like fighting and killing people, whereas
Yeah,
Game of Thrones could have like a lot of intrigue and political stuff, and it would
And magic.
and you could fight for your family. And yeah, there's no
There's
magic,
no magic
in Lord of the Rings.
I cut my teeth in the trenches of the Somme.
Oh my God.
lost your sister
I know it's from
after
epic rap
Vietnam.
battle
Are,
history.
are you going to come up with a new world?
You put me on the spot. I got lost with my whole
You never really gave yours.
planes are flying cars.
said Skyrim.
I said
You did say
like
Skyrim.
5 different worlds.
Oh,
And-
you
Yeah, but
gotta
you tore them apart
commit.
yourself, which isn't very fun.
do you want to just pick a random ass universe and tear me apart for the last minute?
I mean, I just dropped the flying cars equals planes just to spark some discussion of some sort. I think it was.
I'd like to change mine if we wanted to.
Let's
have
do
a-
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
We got 30
The
seconds.
Lego Movie world.
Oh, which
God.
one?
All of them.
No, like you want to be in the Lego part or like in the Will Ferrell and kid part?
The Lego part.
Oh.
Oh,
And
okay.
like all the different worlds are sort of like just building on each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
And would you be a special or whatever? it's
No,
called,
it'd be
or-
like the main character or whatever, where you're just like, you're just a dude.
You're Chris Pratt,
Yeah, I'm Chris Pratt.
but then you are a special and you're like the hero of the story.
But like,
You don't get to
I'm
choose that,
one-
Michael.
No, I'm one of the. I'm just like, I'm
Lame.
like, don't shut up, you. No,
like a buzzer.
I get to be Chris Pratt if he didn't become the hero.
Fair play. But
Then you're still just well, being Chris Pratt is pretty great.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
You got me there.
Yeah. This is some great stuff off camera, guys.
Yeah, so we have news. We have great news, everyone.
Oh my God.
Amy Schumer.
This
Now,
just
hold on to your seats. Barbie. These things
in a world.
in a world. Oh my God. That was.
This podcast episode is just us laughing the whole
I
time.
mean, I think Michael put it best as like you know what that casting, what they're going for exactly.
Yes.
And just that's so deep. Like just
It
I don't know.
could
It's
be
pretty
good. Like
I think it's a shallow. The problem is I don't believe that the executives that are making that movie honestly believe in the advancement of the cause. I
Yeah.
believe that they just
Oh.
want to
Some of those
cash
people.
in on the people that believe in the cause, which is terrible, and it makes me want to puke.
yeah.
I don't know. I know exactly what they're going for, and I know that there's a lot of talented, I guess, plus-size women, if that's what they're going for, that could fill that role a million times better. Instead, they went with Amy Schumer, who is a bankable star, so that they could make money off of people that care about that issue. And it makes me
Bankable
want to
socially.
Disembodied voice.
disembodied voice from the background.
So what they're saying the movie is, it says that Barbie's in this film, and Barbie gets kicked out of Barbie Land for not being perfect enough and lands in a real world adventure. So that phrase makes me think of like Pee-wee's like Great Adventure, where he like leaves like Pee-wee World and then has to like go find his bike or something.
Or like,
It kind of makes me
what's-
think of
what's-
Enchanted. That's what I was just thinking of. Yeah,
Oh,
which I
Enchanted.
love Amy Adams. Like I think she's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
But
that
Amy Adams in the Barbie.
So
There you
does
go.
Barbie like get transported to the real world and it's just Amy Schumer like
She's probably
in the
like
real
living
world?
in like Barbie Utopia and like everyone's perfect, but she's not.
Is it gonna
perfect
be
enough,
live
so they kick her
action?
out. It is. I think it's gonna be live action.
Like the
of
real
it, at
world
least.
parts, but like,
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
Barbie world parts going to be live action?
They're gonna make Barbie look like Amy
I don't
Schumer in
know
like
if that's
animation.
fine.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's live action. It's a live
The
action.
full
comedy.
thing is live action?
I think so.
It's a comedy?
Yeah, it's a comedy.
What kind of jokes are you going to
Does it have a rating yet?
Does it what?
Does it have like
I think
what?
it's
what
really
age?
early
It's
in
in production.
pre-production. Yeah, it's probably in pre-production still.
It's
Well,
just-
what-
They want to make it PG, like that's.
PG comedy about Barbie.
With
With
Amy
Amy
Schumer.
Schumer.
It sounds like an Enchanted ripoff at
Jinx.
this point. Like if it's just live action, her transporting into the real world.
How-
I think
Andrew.
it's 18.
Now you can talk.
Oh my God.
I think an R or a PG-13, you'd have a lot more room to really get into kind of the conflict and the levels
Yeah.
that are involved
Lucas,
in like a movie
what
like
you
this.
need to understand is that this is a Barbie movie.
You're kind of
Also, Amy Schumer does have a Barbie face.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but the people who like really got into Barbie they're adults now.
They're gonna
Right?
take their little daughters
I
to
think
go
they're
see the
doing the
movie.
opposite. I think that the audience is going to be moms taking their daughters or sons, I guess, to this movie because this is about Barbies and they know about Barbies, or like more liberal moms, kind of hippie-ish, that are like, oh, this is breaking gender norms and everything like that. Let's go see this like funded by what's it called, News
Mattel.
Corp,
Yeah.
Rupert Murdoch, like
Oh boy.
movie and make him billions of dollars on this like thing that's basically just cashing in on the sentiment of like gender norms and
Rupert
body
Murdoch,
image and everything
one
like
of the
that.
least feminist men out there.
Yeah, that's exactly the
Yeah.
kind of person that you know is behind all of this and is going to make the money from it. And Amy Schumer as a bankable star of like, she's got a name. And everything
Bankable
like
star
that.
and regarded as being mostly socially progressive. Yeah.
I guess. Socially progressive when it benefits her and when her comedy necessitates it. But yeah.
No.
At the end of the day, though, is it better to do the right thing for the wrong reasons or do the wrong thing for the right reasons?
How do you know it's the right thing? What if it's all just a bunch of pandering crap? Like,
I guess we have to wait until the movie comes out.
Yeah, this movie could be awful. Which
What if-
I mean,
what
It
if
could be
just-
fantastic.
what if in the
It
end of
could
this
be.
movie, Barbie gets skinny and like she's like, no, I fit in. Like, how do you know? It could be utter toss. Like, it could literally be ruined.
We don't know that.
We
We
don't.
have to be optimistic.
It's all speculation, but just from that, I really have no faith in this project at all.
If you
And
guys want to know more, it's a Sony project.
Oh well.
It's in development.
Miyazaki.
It's in development. It's not even in pre-production. It's just, I think it might have been
I said the wrong
Amy Schumer's
person.
idea.
I meant the other guy. I meant your guy, not Miyazaki.
Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, I meant Kojima. Miyazaki and Kojima. I'm terrible. I had to say it quickly. And I was like, I know it's either Kojima or Miyazaki.
They're not
What's the difference?
similar.
Oh, come on. They're Japanese game developers.
Miyazaki is an animator. He's a filmmaker.
He's not a game
Oh,
maker.
boy.
Oh.
Now I'm thinking of, who's the Nintendo guy?
Ryan, stop when you're ahead.
There's
Iwata.
3. No.
The one who died recently?
No,
the
that's
guy,
Iwata.
the guy who did Mario and all that.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's not so easy, is it?
But he's not saying the names.
I'm just saying, I had a trio of people. I was confusing Miyazaki for the guy who did like Mario and all this stuff
And
for
then you got
Nintendo.
that guy
and then
confused with Hideo
I didn't
Shigeru
confuse-
Miyamoto.
Miyamoto, yeah. And then I didn't get that guy confused, but I had to choose quickly between Miyazaki or Kojima, and I went with the wrong one. Can we not? Got it. That's good.
Speaking of Hideo Kojima, though, how do you feel about the recent trailers for Death Stranding and just how trippy they are?
Mad Mikkelsen.
With the most random of famous people, Norman Reedus, Mads Mikkelsen, Guillermo del Toro.
Who doesn't look like Guillermo del Toro? They put like
No.
a mustache and everything on him, and it's just like,
They also made him a lot skinnier than
yeah,
what
it's
he
like,
actually
what's
is.
even the point?
And
Getting Guillermo del Toro.
there's just a lot of babies and dead whales and skeleton soldiers
Yeah.
and
Tentacle tanks.
tentacle tanks.
There's the black fluid that he kind of absorbs for some reason. It
Yeah.
turns yellow. And then there's the one baby whose eyes open. And then there's the fetus. And then there's
What is this?
oh, Michael.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
Death Stranding.
We will show you after
The
this.
newest
Okay.
Kojima project. There's no other way to explain it other
No.
than project.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if it's a video game. I don't know really what anything is.
It could just be an interactive movie for all we
I mean,
know.
that's probably
Isn't that what a
most
video
likely.
game is?
It says action.
Kind of.
Action.
I don't think that video games should be like that, but maybe they're kind of swaying that way. But yeah, there's definitely some video games recently that are just
Like
cutscenes
Beyond
with
Two
some
Souls.
things between, or Until Dawn or whatever, yeah.
In the words and tone of our mutual friend Joey, who we really got to get on this at some point,
has
is
his
this
own
what
podcast.
video games are now?
Oh, does he always say that? I mean,
Well, like,
yeah,
when he
he
was
hated
talking-
Last of Us, and he hated
Joey did?
Yeah, and he hated Grand Theft Auto series. He hated a lot of video games that are like modern.
I thought you were at that party at Bart's place, but no. Essentially, he had seen the first trailer.
Oh, for
and
Death Stranding?
He lost his
Yeah.
goddamn
He
mind.
might
was
have
so
been there.
confused.
I mean, I was confused.
Yeah.
I wasn't confused about video game,
You're
the
just-
video game industry as a whole as a result of that trailer, but definitely confused about what,
What it was.
like
yeah.
what, just what.
Yeah.
I'm still confused.
We will show you.
I don't think we're
It
gonna
won't-
clear it up at all.
No,
If anything, I'll be
we're
like
gonna-
more confused.
no, it absolutely
It will
leave you more
completely
confused.
justify our conversation about it.
Okay.
But yeah.
I mean, right now you're basically probably picturing like a cohesive narrative about dead babies and whales and Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
And
That's not what you're
it
gonna
is.
get.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna get a bunch of pictures, and then Norman Reedus is gonna have a baby, and it's just not gonna make sense.
Also
Dead baby?
naked.
No.
Yeah, I think it was dead, right?
No, it was crying.
The fetus?
It was moving. It
Well,
was
like
crying.
dissolved eventually.
It disappeared.
Actually,
Also, fetuses are
somebody,
babies now.
somebody played the videos at the same time and at the exact same point in both of the trailers. When the baby melts, that's when it shows up in Guillermo del Toro in the
What is
podcast.
this?
Just
Melting babies?
Michael,
we,
I
we-
promise.
we will show you.
Basically-
there's no point dwelling on
Okay,
it now.
just-
Everyone that we're talking to, like we're talking about this now, who's watching this, probably needs to see this to have any context at all, but
Yes.
it is insane. So, there's
Gotta love it.
definitely that.
Okay, so I have a topic. It kind of relates into Lucas's, topic of. Hey, jeez, oh boy, I feel special. I'm in the spotlight. Go to sleep.
Why don't you check your
Go
own
to sleep. So it's if you were to be in charge of some sort of land or a country or even if it's just a city, and you had complete power over the laws that were going to be enacted in that area, what are some either practical or wacky laws that you would instate? Like it could be something, like free healthcare, or just like weird shit like you're really annoyed by something, so you'd make that illegal, or you'd like force people to do like funny weird shit.
All right, so Basically, I introduced Andrew and Michael to a little game called Nation States, which is a nation simulator. They both dropped off and stopped playing, but I have not. And I have 2 different countries, and one of them is this Adrezen, which is like this liberal hippie paradise that I made on purpose. It's like
Everyone
just
who
trying
watches
to-
these are gonna like go on and like look up your state now. By the way. Yeah.
Cool. Do it, because it's great. It's like the best country in the world. We have the best stuff. No. So basically, it's just this really great place, everything like that. I did it on purpose, just trying to make it a utopia. And it's doing well so far. Then I have Iron Fistia, which is the opposite, let's just say. And it involves a lot of bad rules. So I'll just say...
fisting.
Yeah, I'll just use one of those as my example. But I banned cars in that because there was a problem with like goats like being herded across roads, and then like farmers would lose their stock. And most of the solutions were like, oh, you build a crossing bridge for the goats, or oh, you subsidize farmers so that they can better like plan their times, or anything like that. And then one of them was like, yeah, but we ban cars. And I'm like, yes, let's ban cars. So now also it's way easier to keep my hold on the people because they don't have any vehicles to get around quickly.
Wow.
Yes. So we
Wow.
have government roads and public roads, and the public roads are just for walking or
Okay.
bikes.
So they can't have cars. Can they have flying cars?
What's the difference? No, they
Between
can't have
cars-
helicopters.
What's the difference between cars and flying cars?
There's none. I don't even see the need for that adjective, to be honest. Seems the same to me.
Ryan doesn't lose arguments.
Oh, jeez. This is a podcast. Got to defend your point. You got to be,
That's right.
got to be over the top. What do we got?
Michael, come on.
For like just what kind of law would I instate?
Yeah.
I would say, I think once a year you'd have a mandatory day where everyone has to change jobs. Just once a year.
Is
Just
it permanent?
No. Just for one day a year.
They have to
Oh.
experience
You have to
a
go
new
and experience
occupation.
a different occupation.
Is this like one of those, like, kind of more blue collar, like, oh, work a day in my shoes?
No,
like,
everyone
swing a hammer.
upgrades.
And then the people at the top have to go to the bottom.
No,
No,
they upgrade
they
too.
upgrade too.
Jeez.
Think of a job.
It's to
Make
give
it
everyone a
better.
taste of what they're missing.
So it makes them work harder throughout the year so
Exactly.
that they can try to make their way up.
And then if you do really
Oh
well at
my
the job,
God.
maybe you get to stay. That's what they tell them. They actually never do.
It's
But
not
it's just
true.
like giving them a little snippet
No, they
of
have to
hope.
pick out like 2 or 3 people like throughout the entire country, like a year, that get to stay just to make other people believe it's possible to do so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'd say some people upgrade a lot more than others, and you don't tell them why. You just mysteriously are like, you're a CEO, and like this other person, you're like, oh, you're now the head janitor. Like, and then they're just like, wait, what's happening? And you don't know, and they'll devise their own system and their own culture around it.
Exactly.
It'll be fun.
That's what I thought. That's why
Good
I chose
experiment.
I like that.
Thanks. Lucas.
Wow, that was unanimous.
Absolutely.
Um,
Next.
Nobody is allowed to use the phrase "a whole nother" or
Whole nother.
good English.
Why don't you give an example? 'Cause I think I'm behind on this. What's a whole nother?
Well, a whole nother is just an expression that people use that's grammatically incorrect.
Oh, you mean like a whole nother level?
Yeah.
If you think about it, like, can you even write that down? Because it would be like, you know.
I mean, isn't it
whole
just
nother.
breaking another with whole?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
whole another isn't.
I know, but I'm saying it's a contraction. Like, think of it as a apostrophe whole apostrophe another. You're breaking another into 2 words and sticking whole in there.
Yeah, but whole another or another whole, like, it doesn't really.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that.
It's
like,
just
works.
saying another and sticking a hole in there for emphasis. Yeah?
Emphasis.
Emphasis. That's how you spell it.
Impetus.
You gotta put the emphasis on the
Impotent.
emp and emphasis.
Okay.
Do you think people say that because they don't want to say "an whole other"? Like it doesn't roll off the tongue, so they just say
An
"a whole
whole-
nother." Yeah, it's like
an
it's like
whole
"an
nother."
other," so it's like "an whole nother" doesn't work, so you just sort of say "a whole nother." Maybe
Also-
that's why, just expedient.
But it would be an whole another.
yeah, well, no, it'd be "an whole other."
Other.
It's because it's "an other" is what another
an
is.
whole other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
mean,
It's the same way.
Exactly, it just rolls off the
It's
tongue
just
better.
kind of spacing it differently,
Okay.
making it semi.
Also,
more
you pick
phonetically
two grammar rules that are just saying everyone has perfect grammar for a day. Like you pick 2 like very specific
Specific
ones.
instances.
Why?
Those are the ones that get under
No
the skin.
guns and prostitution is illegal.
Jeez.
Those things are
Is that what
mutually
you want,
inclusive.
Michael? Is that what you want?
I already outlined what I want.
Lucas, those things are mutually inclusive. You can't take away the guns and add the prostitution. That doesn't even make sense. What good's a prostitute if you don't have your gun?
You're tipping the scale.
What if you make it so only prostitutes get to have guns?
Yeah, that's absolutely a thing.
You
Like,
take the guns away and give them to the
All
now
the-
legal prostitutes.
There you go. That's how you do it. Andrew, what's your ever-loving good one?
Straight up feudalism.
I don't know really what that
Okay,
entails
you
for
somehow
us
managed
modern
to
society.
top me in extremes.
I am going to be the Leesh Lord of my
Oh,
region.
you get
or
to
the king.
choose?
I'm in. You just said
That's
that
not
I'm in
representative
charge.
democracy.
No, the question was if you were in charge of the whole country.
Yeah?
What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to
Fuck with that.
grind your gears a little bit.
Ah, fuck you.
No, yeah, that's absolutely the whole question. Yeah?
Yeah. So
You're just in charge for a
I'm
day?
I'm in charge. No, like
Oh,
why would-
permanently?
Yeah, this is permanent. This is all permanently.
This wasn't
yours-
permanent.
I
yours is
picked one
once
that
a
was
year.
permitted, but that was just my own thing. So like,
Oh.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, the people on the other side of the people in the country on the other side of this wall just threw over a bunch of guns. You want to like go overthrow the Leesh Lord?
Oh, we're all in our own countries in the same universe?
I think
I'm
so.
really good at that. I'm good at controlling my population.
But no, yeah, like I would be, the king or the Leesh Lord, and everyone else would, either make me food or products, because this is,
Just for no reason other than
well,
because
They
no,
want
like,
to.
I would protect
Good
them.
Samaritans.
I am because I'm in
Oh,
control of the
they're
military and I
swell.
protect them.
How are you in control of the military?
Because I'm the king.
How?
What?
Because otherwise the rest of the
I didn't
military will
ask-
like come down.
I
on the
didn't ask
military.
Michael how he came up to a position where he could.
I'm
make
not
the
asking how you
law.
came into it, but how would you secure it? What? You gotta know how to secure it. You can't just be king and expect to be king forever. Kings get overthrown all the time. You can't just be like, they just make me stuff.
I
Kings
was
die.
born
Who's
into it.
next
My
then?
father was the king before me. Then.
Yeah, that's how you got it. How are you gonna keep it with just everyone just doing stuff for you and you don't do anything?
It's.
What if they're
it worked
conspiring
for
against
This is
it?
the
hundreds
main
of years.
flaw of
It
feudalism.
worked for hundreds of years.
Are you
The
gonna-
bourgeoisie will be overthrown.
Also, are you saying Leesh Lord or
Communism failed.
Leech Lord?
Karl Marx's philosophies failed.
It's fair.
Are you saying Leesh Lord or Leech Lord?
Liege
He'll be the leash.
Lord.
He'll be Roose Bolton.
Yeah.
Leesh Lord.
Leech.
Leech
Leech
Lord.
Lord.
Yeah, like
Leech-
Game of Thrones.
I thought he was going
Roose
to whip
Bolton. He
him with.
loved those leashes.
I thought he was going to whip him with a leash or like keep everyone on a leash. I don't
No,
know.
I thought Leech was
Oh,
like
that's
the
Lash.
skeleton monster thing, like
You mean a
Steve
lich?
Leachman.
It's a lich.
Lich?
It's lich.
Wait,
It's a, like
there
a,
are three different concepts of what's going on
You're
right
a
now.
Lich Lord? Okay.
a
Lich Lord.
Lich Lord. I
You're an
am
immortal
sounds like a
skeleton
slur.
man. Got it.
Yeah, it does kind
Oh,
of.
lich. Anyway,
Get over here, you dumb
I
lich.
don't, no. Shit. No one else tore apart anyone else's laws.
That's because mine is like reasonable.
Yeah, mine's really good. Jeez.
I'm
You
the
got the
king.
only shitty one.
All right, Ryan, I think you're next. Speaking of questions.
Yeah. This is good that we're all close together because this is our introspective moment on the podcast. That is, what was your favorite moment that you were involved in so far? It could be a joke, it could be a story that someone told, it could be anything. And I gave them a lot of time to think about it, so I'm sure they'll all have good ones, right?
Is that a threat?
No, it's not a threat. This is all loving and great.
I know
Yeah.
mine.
I don't mind.
Andrew's got his off the bat.
It better
Let's
not be
start
mine.
It off. It might be.
It might not be.
It was kind of a gold moment.
It changed during the course of this podcast. Because it was originally the moment where I asked Lucas's question for him when he wasn't here a couple weeks ago. I said, describe the person to your left in one phrase. And Jason was to my right, and he looked at me. He's like, I don't really know you. However, I thought that was hilarious at the time, and I always think back to that moment. I think it's really funny. But I think my new favorite moment is, do we have flying, like, you don't have flying cars. He's like, I do have flying cars. I have planes. Same thing.
Yep.
They were buses.
I was hoping that possibly a moment from this podcast could make it into everyone's favorites, so I'm glad. I do think that was one of the hardest that we've laughed together so far.
Yeah.
Move on, Brother Michael.
Well,
Take it from here.
Mine is also from that same podcast. It's also because of Jason, but it was just his classic, his story that he told about the
Sport.
the sport.
We have the official hilariously terrible
Soundboard.
soundboard coming soon to the App Store.
Yeah,
and
download
Google
our
Play.
app today.
You gotta hurry.
It's on your ham
This
horn.
is the moment.
Was doing some sports.
Hey, one more time.
Was doing some sports.
And that's how the legendary story began.
Of Jason doing some sports.
The legend of sports with the dad. And it ended in quite the way. Link in the description below to the great story, possibly one of the best overall stories that has ever been told.
I think that
Definitely top 3.
I definitely laughed harder during that moment than any other time in the podcast.
It's pretty gold. All right, Lucas, what you got?
I think my favorite moment of the Hilariously Terrible podcast thus far would probably have to be our totally not premeditated, off-the-cuff introduction to this episode.
It was pretty good, yeah, wasn't it?
It was a beaut.
Yeah, it'll go down in internet history.
I'm glad that there was just someone around that happened to film us.
Yeah, absolutely.
offhand.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was crazy. I mean, that's just what we do every week, right? We just kind of run around. It's awesome. Woo!
Like a boss.
What a moment. And Lucas's
What was your
introduction.
favorite,
Lucas's introduction was the best of them all, right, Lucas?
I didn't realize I could hold my breath for that long. I was concerned there for a minute.
Takes
There's
notes.
so much mayonnaise. It's making it impossible to achieve.
I actually didn't know going into it that there would be a noose involved. I thought that was going to be taken care of in post. But
Jesus Christ.
you're an actor. You gotta roll with it.
We're all actors. We're all legit, right?
Either that or any of our commentary on dabbing, because I feel like we've really gotten to the core of what that is.
No, I think that we are now like one of the utmost experts on dabbing and the cultural impacts of said dabbing.
Malcolm,
Hilariously Terrible Podcast Season 2 Electric Boogaloo Dab Central.
Dab edition.
Malcolm Gladwell, to be an expert in your field, got to have at least 10,000 hours of study.
Oh, yeah.
We've hit that for dabbing.
10,000
hands
hours
down.
of dabbing easily. I mean, 10 hours, but 10,000, 10.
Well, between the four of us, probably.
Yeah.
To anyone who watches this, I do want you to know I am dabbing ironically, and I am purposefully doing it bad.
He's also saying that ironically, which cancels out the ironic nature of the other one, so he's
Wait, why does that cancel out the irony?
he's doing
the
it
other one?
serious.
Does
Saying
irony on
something
top of irony
ironic,
cancel out
it's not
irony?
a double
Yeah.
negative. Like
Becomes serious.
I thought this was extra ironic.
You're doing it on purpose then.
I think it's just more irony.
There aren't layers to irony. They're contradictions.
Oh, sure. There aren't layers to irony.
Also, that's sarcasm, not irony.
Oh, sure.
Can you sarcastically be ironic?
I don't know what happens when you stack sarcasm onto irony.
When you,
No, it's just
okay.
like, yeah, my mustache is really ironic.
I think,
Too close to the sun.
okay, Ryan, you and I have this problem
Icarus.
where sometimes you and I are sarcastic about sarcasm, and then it just kind of becomes reality.
Yeah.
Like, so I agree with you on
That's what
sarcasm,
I'm saying with
but
irony
I don't
going
think
to
irony
irony.
and sarcasm are similar in that way. I think if you're ironic about irony, it's just more ironic.
Man,
Yeah.
I got really close there. You're gonna be like, oh, sarcasm and irony have nothing to do with each other. I mean, they do.
They do.
Come on. It's the same
But they're
like
not the same
general
thing.
mode of humor. It's like doing one thing kind of to mock doing it. Like it's the same setup punchline sort of thing, you know?
Yes.
Although most of the times when we're sarcastic, we're not doing it to be funny. We just kind of are.
Yeah.
Help me, Sharon.
Michael,
I can't stop.
Oh, sure. I can't stop being sarcastic.
Michael, what's your favorite moment of Hilariously Terrible?
I just
You
I
just
hate mine.
did.
Ryan, what's your favorite moment of Hilariously Terrible?
Are you even listening to this podcast?
Andrew, what's your favorite moment of Hilariously Terrible? Mine's dabbing.
I'm gonna go way back for mine. We were rough on the very first episode. I don't know. It's our most viewed episode though.
Yeah.
But we weren't as
40.
good.
Everyone
5
stopped
views.
after that one.
Yeah, we haven't quite lived up to that view potential. But I do like the impromptu coming up with the name. I do think that was a really good segment. And basically, like back when we had no idea what we were doing, just a bunch of kids just roaming around. I mean,
It was like 3 months
we
ago.
were kids, man. We were doing our best out there. We had no idea.
I wasn't there.
Michael wasn't there at all.
I just realized we could probably measure the progression of time for the podcasts off of his beard.
Did you not? Did you stop shaving 10 weeks ago?
No, it was, when did we start the podcast? Because it was,
10 weeks
It
ago.
was-
That was 10 weeks ago.
I stopped shaving like a couple of days before November started.
Yeah, then no.
It was like really late
Oh.
October.
I mean, the last few episodes have definitely been.
I absolutely because we started doing the podcast in like late September, right?
Yeah, 10 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's what I keep coming back to. I mean, it's
We all know what it is. We're not going to say it, but like, we know when that
I'm
was.
trying to
literally
count back in my
exactly
head.
10 weeks
God,
ago.
I'm really bad at math.
to the hour. Like, this is exactly 10 weeks ago, but yeah.
I'm actually going to. It's not my favorite moment, but I think it's a really, really funny moment that we can all like agree on.
So it's a cop-out answer.
Yeah, I mean, like, you weren't there.
No, I
Yeah,
wasn't.
because, you're a probationary podcaster.
I'd like to think that someday I'll get off of probation, but you
I
never
mean,
know.
one day. But, like, Karate o'clock coming with the, just...
That was
we,
gold.
Like, we just, heard a bunch of weird-ass noises in the other room, and we're like, I
Yep.
think they're doing karate, and then we're like, oh, yeah! It's
Yeah.
karate o'clock! That's the
Yeah.
end of the podcast, and we just
Yeah.
decided to end it there. Like, it was
Yeah,
perfect.
no, that's
It's
better.
perfect.
That's better than the name. That was a really
Your idea is better than mine.
that was an actual good moment in the podcast with a bunch of people who had no idea what they were doing, and it worked out because we were just like, oh no, they're gonna start doing karate. Like, let's just play it off as our outro, and that's what we do every time. So
That was comedy gold.
it was very gold.
All right, so for this last podcast, I think we all want to do something a little bit special. So we're gonna have our good goodbye. Oh wait, where's everyone going? Oh no, the lights. Okay, so I guess basically what everyone was trying to say before they all left due to the dark. Yeah. So thanks for joining us. It's been an awesome season. Great semester of Badger Television. Think we've all had fun. We'll see you again next season on the Hilariously Terrible Podcast. Woo!